okay, I want to spend a few minutes analyzing this day's entry in MyFitnessPal. So you can see I ate a reasonable breakfast. I just had an apple. So that's very reasonable, maybe almost too little food for breakfast. Then I had a ham sandwich for lunch. Again, very reasonable, not a whole lot of calories. The only thing I might say is it's a pretty high amount of sodium, but we'll take a look at those things later. So what I really want to focus on here is the dinner. So I went out to eat at Outback Steakhouse, and I had the fish tacos, which sounds fairly reasonable. Also had fries as a side, and in addition to that, had a little bit of an appetizer. I just had a quarter of a bloomin' onion, so I shared it with 3 other people. In addition to that, the bloomin' onion comes with this little sauce. It's kind of a mayo, a spicy mayo, and so I had some of that as well. So you'll notice here, just in dinner alone, 1,987 calories. Well, if you look down at the bottom here, it shows your daily goal is 1,950 calories. So I overate in my daily goal just by having a big dinner. My total calorie intake was 2,433 calories. My daily goal was 1,950 calories, so my remaining, quote unquote, is a negative 483 calories. That means I overate by 483 calories. I ate too many calories. And so I like that it's negative. I like that it's in red because it's showing you that's not a good thing. It's kind of a bad thing. In addition, it shows in the other categories as well, whether you're over in carbs, whether you're over in fat, whether you're over in protein, sodium, and sugar as well. We're not going to focus on those right now, but I do want to focus on probably just these calories for right now. Notice down here at the bottom it says, if every day were like today, you would weigh 174.8 pounds in 5 weeks. Now, I put that I weighed 170 pounds, and so whether that's correct or not, I'm not going to disclose that, but that means I will have gained 4.8 pounds in 5 weeks if I ate like I ate today. So if I ate 483 calories more per day for the next 5 weeks, I would gain 4.8 pounds. So that means I would gain almost a pound a week just by overeating 500 calories per day. One thing to keep in mind when you go out to eat is they serve you huge portions when you go out to eat. So that's one thing you need to keep in mind when you go out to eat is learn to control your portions. Now we have a whole other section of this video series talking specifically about how to control your portions and strategies to do that. But think about this. So this is a day when I just kind of quote unquote blew it for dinner. Well, think about this, and I know there have been days like this for me when I've gone out to eat for both lunch and for dinner. And so I kind of had a big meal for lunch. I might have gone to a Mexican restaurant, and then for dinner, I might have gone out for Indian food, or I might have gone out to the Outback like this is. So think about that, is in this case, on this particular entry, this particular day's entry, I had a very reasonable breakfast and lunch, and then had a big meal for dinner. What happens if I have a big meal for 2 meals? Or if I have a big meal for all 3 meals? How much more calories am I going to consume? And so that's something to keep in mind, is it's very, very simple, especially when you're eating out. It's very simple to overeat and to gain weight. Now, like I said before, I don't want to focus just on weight. So this is not just about weight, but this is about your health. And part of your health is your weight. Part of your health is also the kinds of food that you're eating. And again, we're going to be talking about that when we talk about your eating plan, is how to change what it is that you're eating so that not only are you eating fewer calories, but you're eating things that are healthier for you. And so as you're eating every day, this is the kind of analysis that I want you to do, is take a look at what it is that you're eating. And even if you blow it for one meal, make sure then the next day that you kind of try to make up for that a little bit by eating something a little bit healthier and not blowing it for any meal on that day. And so while you can't necessarily just offset every bad thing that you do, you generally can. So that's something to keep in mind, is try to offset, try to complement bad days with good days. Try to complement bad meals with good meals. In this case, I tried to do that. I tried to have a little breakfast, a little lunch, and then a big dinner. But even then, I still overate. I didn't control my portions as well as I could have for that dinner. And so that's something, again, that we need to be consciously aware of, because I think it's something that we do unconsciously and we don't even realize, which is being unconscious. We don't even realize what it is that we're doing and how we're sabotaging our health by overeating and by eating less than ideal foods. And I'm not trying to badmouth Outback Steakhouse. I'm not trying to badmouth eating the foods that you love. I want you to continue to do that, but we do need to limit those portions. And again, that whole other section on controlling portions is going to be very critical.